Welcome to LUTV News InFocus, where we feature interesting topics on campus, in the community, and in the world of culture. I am Clinton Essien. There may be new changes in gun laws in the state of Texas. I had the chance to sit with Lamar University Chief of Police and Dean of Students, Hector Flores, to discuss this new bill, gun laws, and campus policies.
Texas would be able to carry guns now without a permit under the new Breakthrough House bill. Would this affect any Lamar University gun policies?
Well, right now the bill has made it through the House of Representatives. It still needs to go through the Senate in Texas. So we can't speculate just yet on what's going to happen with it. It can still be amended, it can be adjusted. There may be carve-outs that are still pending for it, which could include K through 12 schools and higher education. So right now we can't really tell what or how it would affect at Lamar University, but we are monitoring it and we are watching it as it proceeds through legislation.
Gotcha. Lamar University is a concealed carry campus, but it was illegal to have a gun in the residence hall. With this bill being in the process of getting passed, will it still be legal to have a gun in the residence hall after this bill is passed?
Well, currently, Lamar University follows the Texas laws regarding licensing and concealed handgun carry on campus. With that, students currently can have a weapon in the residence halls, but it must follow the policy that's currently at Lamar. So it does have to be in a safe, heavy gauge steel with the lock on it. So the law still has to be followed. If this law were to pass, again, I can't speculate to how the carve-outs or amendments would be made to it. We would just really have to watch it to see what's going to happen with it.
All right, and when students are able to, like, if as of right now, students have, like, let's say license or anything, and they carrying a weapon on them, does it have to be empty, or can one be in the chamber if they have a license and it's concealed?
Well, as far as how to carry a weapon, what kind of holster it has to be in, it does have to be concealed. That's all covered in the law. It's covered in the classes, the educational classes that are currently required. A weapon can be loaded when it's concealed, but nobody should know about it because, again, it's supposed to be concealed. So that's how the law is currently written.
Do you feel lawmakers made the right choice by trying to dismiss the process of getting a permit in order to be able to conceal carry and open carry?
Well, there's a lot of concern with the legislation that's trying to get through the state. I can't say that, because I really don't know what's going to come of it. They can still change it. It may not pass. I know the lieutenant governor has said that it doesn't have it right now as it sits. It doesn't have enough votes in the Senate to pass. So I couldn't speculate to how it's going to impact us. But it is something we're concerned with and we're watching.
With this law being in the process of being passed, what are some changes should we expect if this law is passed?
Again, until the law's finalized, passed, and signed by the governor, we really don't know how it's going to come out of legislation. So currently, as it's moving through, it's covering constitutional carry. So if you can legally own the weapon through state and federal laws, then you could carry it under this law. But again, it hasn't passed. It hasn't been completed yet. There's still more work probably to be done on it. So until then, we really don't know.
What advice do you have for students who owns guns that would like to be able to have it on campus or have it on them while they're on campus?
My recommendations is always follow all safety protocols. Make sure you're following Texas and US law for ownership, and be as responsible and safe as you possibly can with these weapons because it's a very serious issue. It can not only affect the person that owns the weapon, but affects other people's lives around them. So it's something that's to be taken very seriously.
Would you recommend students to go ahead and get their license in order to be able to conceal carry?
Well, I mean, that's a personal choice. I can't recommend or dissuade anybody from doing that. All I can recommend is make sure that you're as safe as possible with these weapons, and make sure that you know what you're doing before you decide to make such an important decision that, you know, could impact people's lives.
I would like to thank Chief Flores for joining us. Thank you for watching LUTV News in Focus. To see more content from LUTV News, follow us on Twitter and like us on Facebook.